Would you like to know a secret? I will tell you one. Your human heart touches the lives of angels. That's why it is so important that you love, that you have a purity and an innocence of heart, that you have a determination and a will and principle in your heart that is of heart, uniquely in yours. Your human heart touches the lives of angels. Your human heart is the determining factor on their lives. You see, a human being, what a human being is the heart of this earth. You are not separate from this earth. You are of this earth. You are sacred as this earth is. You are not an accident. You are uniquely perfect in your imperfection. This is a design. Your human heart that you are here and that you witness and that you determine of yourself. Your human life is the heart of this earth. This earth will come and go and be as human life chooses of itself. You are not an irrelevance. You are not an accident. You are not a probable incident. You are an impossibility that exists. You are an impossibility. And you are granted this. Human heart that determines all things. That is the image you were created in. You see? That is why angels are a service to you. They are not more than you. Angels, no, they are not more than you. They are a service to you for what it means to them in the image that they were made in. A service to you, human life. Quality of your heart, shaping worlds in every moment. And this is what a song is. And this is what a story is. This communication of heart that shapes the world. And that is why it is so important that you love, that you have purity and innocence in your heart, that you come through all of these things that you have been through. Horrible things, violence, greed, lust, envy. Every little piece of your heart that experiences, it shapes all things. And you see, we look at it and we feel less for this greed, for this lust, for this envy, for this attachment we want to hold on to. You know, we want to hold on to all of these things we want to have. We want to have what we believe is ours, and we neglect, whenever we do this, we neglect what the heart is. But all of these little things that we may seem in our minds and in our hearts is to be so horrible or wrong. And we believe of ourselves these things. We believe that we are horrible, we are wrong because we go through these experiences of envy or lust or greed or gluttony, violence that we inflict on ourselves and another, abuse that we inflict on ourselves and another, trespass that we inflict on ourselves or another. And we think these are such horrible things. We think we are damned creatures because of these things, but it is not so. This is your design. You were made in this way. Because all of these things, these horrible things that we think of ourselves and that we're allowed to witness, that inevitably we will witness, as we come awake to consciousness, is what is walking through man comes awake, the one life that is, that every angel's life is affected of and in service to. All these things, in them, you come to a oneness, and in all of these things that are so horrible and terrible to us, that we associate such a damnation of ourselves, what they will teach you, what they will inevitably show you, they will reveal the quality of your heart. And if you are willing to brave it, if you are willing to face it of yourself, what you will find is mercy and forgiveness of yourself and every other. Here's my power to forgive you. Here is my power to forgive you, that I know I have done everything horrible. Here is my ability to have a righteous judgment and justice of you, that I know of myself, my capability of everything horrible. It is something Carl Jung has spoken of, and it is so beautiful and brilliant and not at all thought of or touched on enough in modern psychology or whatever followed him. We are desperately lacking a knowledge of man. And all evil that is going to come, all coming evil on this earth will come from man. And that may sound so horrible, but in it is your freedom. In it is everything beautiful that may come if we will just simply look at that and embrace it. That everything horrible that can ever come upon this earth will come from my word or my deed, the determining being of my heart that touches every angel's life. That is the heart of the world, mine and yours, this human life we share. If we're willing to accept it and look at it and acknowledge it, here is the keys to heaven. Here is the keys to heaven. That it be on the earth. Here are the keys to heaven. That you embrace that everything horrible may come from you. Only in this way will you be allowed that everything beautiful come from you. The left hand and the right hand, life and death, and the union made here, and a revelation of heart and spirit. So that is the secret I would like to share with you. The secret of your human heart. And that everything in your human heart touches the lives of angels. Your human heart, you are the determining factor upon the lives of angels. Not to be a prison to ourselves, but that we are free. No, we are not visitors upon this earth. We are not something that is lacking or less than this earth. We are the equivalents of all that this world is. Not an accident, not an incident, not a strange probability that has simply come to be from nothing or no reason. No, entirely in design, an impossibility that exists. An impossibility has come into being, and it is that you are. And it determines all things now that you are. It is such a beautiful thing, because nothing can remove the innocence from you. Nothing can remove the innocence from you, that you have forgiveness and mercy. And this is what nature is. This is what nature will give you. We look out in this world, we observe, and we can see there's a secret and silent order in all things. A secret and silent order in all of nature. And inside every man, inside every human being, this nature is alive. We may close our eyes to it. We may pretend that we do not know it. We may shield ourselves off from it, but only for so long. You may be allowed to live and to die, and to never come to an awareness of it, but it is in you. And there will come a time in your life or the next, in this life or the next, upon the life that is one, and in all things, this nature will arise and awaken fully and truly in an embodied and sovereign state in human life, in your human heart. And you will be allowed to see it. You will be allowed to witness everything that has ever been and ever will be of you, and it will be beautiful for the horror that you have walked through. The union that is made there. And this is our great task. This is our great task, that we have what has never been removed from us, but that we choose it. Our human heart, that we choose it. Amongst anything or everything else, that we choose this human heart. That we acknowledge ourselves as sacred, a piece of this earth, born of heaven. A piece of the earth, sacred, divine, born of heaven, not to be abused or trespassed on, not to have any other do for of us what we may do of our own hearts. Not that we would be ungrateful, but it would make us incapable. It would imply an incapability if we are not to do it of our own, if we are not to come awake of our own human heart and life. And that is what our task is. And it will come awake. It will come awake continually, perpetually. It will come awake. It is not something that you can choose against independently. You can't fight it. You can't hide from it. You can't run from it. It will come awake in you. Inevitably, it will come awake in you. And it will have a command in and of you that your human heart is. You will be forced to witness it. And the secret to it is your free will chose it, that you would not be able to escape it. So in the same way, your free will is what allowed it to come into being. It's like the sun coming up. It is going to happen. You will come awake to your human heart. Inevitably. And it will be beautiful for you. The angels sing and rejoice that you have found it out. Your human heart, you have found it out. You have discovered of it, of your human heart. In this world shaped to an image of your human heart. And nothing will diminish this. Your human heart, that you are sacred, that you are of this earth, that you have principle, that you have will, that you have a determination of your being, and that what you determine is good, because it is true in heart. It is true in heart, and that can only be good for what is revealed further in your life and all others. You see, heaven will come upon this earth. Not through any other's work, but yours and mine. Heaven will come to live upon this earth through your being and mine. Through our being. This is the only way it can occur. That is how earth has this beautiful divinity that you are. It comes through you, of your determination of heart and spirit. And this is your nature. This is your nature. This is the sun coming up. This is the sun setting. This is the sun rising. This is the beautiful stars in the night. This is the birds that are singing. This is what a human being is. This is what is walking through all life and walking through your human life. Beautiful love and truth. Glory, grace, thanks, grateful God. I am at your courage, strength, protection. I am with you. Blessed in the wake of we.